Welcome to the Breakup Recovery Podcasts by your host, Barbara Stevens. Discover the wisdom and remarkable insights of Barbara Stevens, breakup recovery mentor, author, and public speaker. Barbara offers programs and solutions for any breakup so you can turn your life around, create lasting changes for the better, and embrace life again.
Hello and welcome to my podcast, Breakup Recovery. This is episode number 005, Boost Confidence. I'm Barbara Stevens, and in this episode I'll be talking about how to boost your confidence, how low self-esteem is linked to your opinion of yourself, and how this outlook can affect the way you see you as a person, your life, and the world that surrounds you. I will go through some of the characteristics of low self-esteem and share some ideas and strategies you can implement straight away to make a difference to the way you perceive your life. No matter who initiated the breakup, the end of a relationship is hard for everyone. While going through the anguish of a breakup, it is easy to dwell on the negatives. There seems to be so many, which can cause feelings of failure, sadness, and fear. Failure that your relationship has ended. Sadness that the life you thought you had mapped out isn't going to happen anymore. Fear of the future and what that will look like for you. Fear that you might not be able to survive on your own. Fear that your financial situation is going to change for the worst. These feelings damage your self-confidence, which can cause you to suffer from low self-esteem. Having low self-esteem can affect how you think, act, and relate to people. When you have low self-esteem, you are often highly critical of yourself, and self-judgment assumes a negative role. You self-doubt your abilities and avoid any challenges that come your way. And you often use words such as stupid, undeserving, unattractive, unlovable, not good enough to describe yourself. You are reluctant to trust your own opinion, and you worry too much about what other people are thinking of you. When you are going through the process of a breakup and dissecting and reliving everything that went on, especially the conversations between yourself and your ex-partner, it can be easy to dwell on your mistakes and the criticisms that have been flung your way. But try to use this criticism in a positive way, as a learning experience, and try and see if they have any merit and can help you to develop or improve. If you choose to use it in a negative way, then it can help to lower your self-confidence and cause stress, anger, and resentment. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about how you can build your self-esteem and self-worth, and how the flow and effect from this will have a direct bearing on your happiness and well-being. Sometimes it can be a matter of changing the way you think. Other times, it's about changing your habits. Your self-perception has an enormous impact on how others see you. The more confidence you have, the more likely you'll succeed in changing your life. Confidence boosting for most people doesn't happen overnight, but I'm hoping that after you have listened to this episode about boosting confidence, you will gain ideas that will encourage your growth in a positive direction and help you to start to feel good about yourself. So what do you think are the behaviours and thoughts you need to implement into your everyday life so you can build your confidence? The way you look after your personal appearance, the way you do your hair, and the clothes that you wear can have an emotional effect on the way you are feeling about yourself. Remember back to when you put on a new outfit, say if you're going on a special occasion, such as a wedding or an engagement party, or a friend's special event. You made an effort to go out to the shops and look through what seems hundreds of dresses, skirts, and tops. You finally found one and brought it home. The day or night arrives and you get it out of your closet and put it on. You look in the mirror and you feel that you are looking good in the outfit. Your hair has been styled and your shoes are matching. Jewellery is looking fine, and generally you feel the whole package is looking great. Your makeup is amazing, and mostly you are very pleased at the way you are looking for this special occasion. When all these things are in place, have you noticed that you tend to stand taller and straighter? You interact with other people in a more positive and self-assuring way. You feel good about yourself and you are in a positive frame of mind. Now, I'm not saying that you have to go out and buy a completely new wardrobe. You possibly have quite a few outfits and clothes in your closet already that make you feel special when you put them on. What I am saying is to wear the clothes that are in your wardrobe, the ones that make you feel good about yourself. Or when you are buying clothes, shop wisely and buy the pieces of clothing that give you that feeling of looking good and you feel confident when you are trying them on in the shop. Not necessarily what is in fashion at the time, but buy the clothes that make you feel good about yourself. You don't always have to listen to the shop attendant when she says you look good in that outfit, because they are there to sell clothes. But if your first response is that you feel great in the outfit, it fits you in all the right places, then go with that and know that you do look good. Listen to your intuition. You also feel good about yourself and your body image when you have been exercising. If you are unfit, you can feel unattractive and lack confidence in your personal appearance because you know that you have some wobbly bits that could be better toned if only you put in the time and commit to exercising. Going to the gym, taking some classes, doing some walking or running, yoga or Pilates, exercise in general can give you a feeling of more energy. You start to feel better about yourself. Your clothes become looser, your body starts to tone up. You notice that the muffin top has shrunk back a few centimetres. All these things elevate your mood and the way you look and think about your physical appearance, which in turn can change the way you think your life is going. Another way to boost confidence is to look at what you have achieved in your life. It's so easy to think of all the things that have gone wrong and not right in your life. It's so counterproductive, but take some time to acknowledge the things you have accomplished, whether they are big or small. What successes have you been a part of, and what achievements are you most proud of? And while we are on the subject of you, what are you good at? What are your strengths and talents? What challenges have you overcome? Compliment yourself. It's time to celebrate everything you have done and achieved. It also feels good to praise others. By looking for the best in others, we bring out the best in ourselves. Try and remember how you felt when someone gave you a genuine compliment. How nice would it be to give that feeling back to someone else? So if you see someone who deserves a compliment, take the time and express it to them. Acts of generosity and kindness and paying it forward can do wonders to the way you feel about yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you have to do these things with the sole purpose of making you feel good about yourself, and it doesn't mean that it has to cost you any money. But when you give generously to others because you want to and don't expect anything back in return, or when you know that you have given your time to someone else and that time and effort on your behalf has helped another person in some way to lighten their load, often gives you a great sense of pleasure, knowing that you have made a difference in someone else's life, whether it be a small or big act of generosity. When you are kind to other people, you are making a positive difference to their lives, and the flow-on effect can be enormous to your life and the way you think about yourself and what you can offer to others. It can be as simple as opening the door at the office, letting someone in on the highway, visiting a friend that is sick, or getting involved in a charity organisation. Another way to build your self-confidence is to write down your plan. Set some goals for yourself, no matter how big or small they are. Goal setting has been around for a long time, and if you want to be successful, you need to be clear on where you are going and how you're going to get there. You don't go on vacation without planning where and when you are going. How are you going to get there and what activities you are going to do and the cost. So why wouldn't you use this process for the direction you want your life to go in? Goal setting can be used in all aspects of your life, from career goals, financial goals, fitness goals, and general life goals. They make life clearer for you. When I was initially going through my divorce, my goals were very small. As I have previously said, I fell into a dark and gloomy place, and if it wasn't for my friend ringing me every day, I would not have gotten through all the tasks that needed to be done for me to move forward with my divorce and my life. I set goals to accomplish things, small things at the start like looking up the phone number of the solicitor and removalist, and once I had completed that goal, I moved on to the next one, which was to write down the questions that I needed to ask when I rang them. Over time, my goals got larger and bigger, and as I completed each one, I felt a sense of pride that I set out to do each of them and successfully completed each goal. This gave me renewed confidence to move on to the bigger ones that needed doing, such as packing up my stuff into boxes for the removalist. This might not sound like a big goal, but the way I was feeling and the low mood I was in when I first broke up from my husband, packing up all my worldly possessions felt like an insurmountable challenge. So what I am saying is it's okay to start setting smaller goals and work your way up to larger and more significant ones. For you, it might be changing the habit that you do not like about yourself. This habit could be smoking or biting your nails. I know those are pretty significant habits, but smaller ones might be like wanting to drink more water each day or consuming less alcohol, stopping the sweet tooth cravings after dinner. You get what I mean. Something that you know you want to do, and do it for a month and see how you feel after that month. See if you can keep going for another month. The last thing to mention when you're writing down your goals is to give them a reasonable time frame so you can measure your successes and celebrate the achievement, whether they are big or small goals. A victory is a victory. Achieving what you have set out to achieve can help you to feel much better about yourself. Smiling. I know this sounds corny, but it's amazing what a smile can do to the way you are thinking, especially if you are starting to feel a low mood coming on. You can be feeling down and in the dumps, but have you ever noticed that when someone gives you a smile, you feel compelled to return that smile? This simple act can have you going from having a depressing thought to completely changing the way you are thinking and even wondering why you were initially depressed, or because some random person decided to give you a smile. So try this when you are having a negative thought. Smile, and I mean physically smile, just not a mental smile in your head, and see how you change the way you are feeling from the negative to a more upbeat frame of mind. It's worth a try. Another way to boost your confidence is to start a gratitude journal. I want you to write down everything you are grateful for, all the good things that you have in your life, the people that have helped you, the things that you have achieved, the place where you live, the holidays you have been on, the job that you work at, the food that is available for you to buy, things like that. You might think that it's a bit egotistical to write down all the things that you have in your life, but it's not. It's a healthy practice to bring awareness to all the great and wonderful things that are in your life. That is why I want you to write down not just the material possessions, but experiences, achievements, successes, people, your health, things like that. Sometimes we lack confidence. We feel that we do not have a lot of positives and things to be grateful for in our life. This exercise is acknowledging and appreciating what you do have. You might think you don't have a lot going on in your life that you can be grateful for, and you might be surprised at how much you do have when you think about it and acknowledge and write them down. You might not be able to remember everything you are grateful for straight away. Keep your list handy, and you can add to it over time. Once you have finished, read over your list and note how it makes you feel once you have read it. I also know people that start their day by writing down 3 things they are grateful for, and again, it doesn't have to be big things. It can be small things like the fact that it is raining and you don't have to water the plants today, or it is the weekend and you can sleep in. So often when you come across what you perceive as a problem, your self-talk takes over and you focus only on the problem and not how you're going to solve it. It can be easy to stay in this frame of mind when you're going through your breakup. I know I have been there and asked myself the same questions. I am never going to be able to afford the lifestyle I have been used to. So I want you to start to ask yourself, how can I solve this? I'm struggling to cope with this breakup. So how can you solve that? I don't know where to find the help I need. So what is the solution? Never give up and never accept failure, as there is always a solution. I know that you have the ability to get past any obstacle that comes your way. You got this far, you have made it through your breakup. I want you to believe in yourself. Believe that you can get through this difficult time in your life and live a meaningful life. So, to recap this episode of Boosting Confidence, I talked about your self-perception having an enormous impact on how others see you. When you are struggling with low self-esteem, you find it easy to pull yourself down. You are less motivated to try new things, as you assume you'll fail and the outcome will be bad for you. The fear of failure can hold you back from going after your dreams and aspirations. The more confidence you have, the more likely you'll succeed in changing your life, and you are in control of your feelings. We talked about how to make you feel good about yourself just by the clothes that you wear, the weight that you have dropped by exercising. Accept compliments and compliment yourself. How acts of generosity and kindness and not expecting anything in return, and the simple act of smiling and what effect that can have on your mood. Sometimes it's a matter of getting out of your own way, not getting too wrapped up in what you think others think of you. You have the ability to change the way you think and behave. Setting and reaching goals can also make a difference to the way you think about yourself and your ability to achieve things in your life. Be aware of your negative self-talk, what you are thinking about yourself, your ability to reach your goals, making sure that you are not the one putting up barriers and limiting yourself. Focus on solutions rather than the problems. I have an affirmation for this step that I would like to share with you. I am now ready to love and accept myself unconditionally, and my confidence is soaring. As with all the affirmations I share with you, feel free to change any of the words to suit the way that you would like to say them. And the last thing I'd like to say is, be gentle on yourself. You deserve happiness.
If you would like to hear previous Breakup Recovery podcasts, visit barbarastevens.com.au. Connect with Barbara Stevens on social media with Barbara Stevens Breakup Recovery Mentor on Facebook and at You'll Be Okay on Twitter. Read further blogs, view webinar replays, and download your free ebook, 3 Easy Steps to Surviving Your Breakup, and much more at barbarastevens.com.au.